to another edition of OVC Insider. I'm Viki, and this is Grant, and we're fresh off our basketball tournament from last weekend, so, we got a lot to talk about. Grant, what did you think of the tournament this past weekend?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm finally getting back to a sense of normalcy with my sleep pattern. We were working I know Kyle Schwartz in our office was working 24 hours on that Friday, so it was definitely a grueling stretch. But the tournament itself, it went great, I thought. It was competitive. On the men's side, we had 1 versus 2 in the championship game, and it's kind of what you hope for. You get a good draw, a good crowd. The crowd was great. All of you, if you came down, glad you guys could come. It was a lot of fun, great environment. The women's side, we saw an upset of a rematch the year before. Austin Peay beat EIU again in dramatic fashion. It was, as far as basketball tournaments go, I thought it was great. What about you? What were your thoughts?
Definitely, yeah. We had a great crowd. I think we had about 4,500 in the finals. Murray and Moorhead made for a great game, great atmosphere. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun overall. Some good basketball.
Absolutely. And speaking of Murray State, obviously they are the men's winner. And just to give you guys some latest projections, we were looking on ESPN.com today, and Joe Lenardi has updated his blog for the men's side, not blog, the bracketology. And he's got Murray State as a 13 seed playing number 4 Vanderbilt, and that would be in New Orleans in the West Regional, which is in Salt Lake City. And the 12-5 game also in that side would be Siena, the 12 seed, versus the 5 BYU. So if Murray can get that matchup, I think they can beat Vanderbilt. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I think they're a well-balanced team, and they can beat Vandy and on a neutral floor. And then Siena BYU, I'm not going to be calling out projections yet, but I think those are some favorable matchups for Murray State, who 17-game win streak, one of the best teams in the country, well balanced. I think if Murray can get that in that bracket right there, I think that's going to bode very well for them. Hopefully, knock wood, we'll see what happens. But anything's possible come tournament time. Just look at George Mason a few years ago. On the women's side, Austin Peay. Congratulations for making a tournament. As a reward, you are projected to play number 1 UConn. Yeah, and we all kind of know how their story's been going. What is it, 71 straight wins they've got, I think, finally. So they're not bad. They're pretty good, from what I understand. So
they're pretty decent.
And it's going to be a great story for the OVC whenever Austin Peay goes in there and knocks off the number 1 team in the country and ends their winning streak. So looking forward to that. Go get them.
Yeah, it's probably going to be really fun to play UConn, I imagine, just to match up against a team they probably wouldn't face, or they're not going to face in the normal season. So it's probably going to be fun no matter what.
Absolutely. And that game is going to be held in the Dayton Regional, so it'll be at Dayton, I believe, and it's going to be it's going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the Dayton Regional. The 8-9 game that's taking place along with the 1-16 is Wisconsin-Dayton. So whenever Austin Peay gets past UConn, they'll either match up with Wisconsin or Dayton. So hopefully Wisconsin, because Dayton's a little bit of a home game there. So, but we'll see. It should be a good tournament, like you said. Just the chance to play a team like UConn would be, something to look back on whenever you get older. So that would be great. Also, just since the women are kind of set in stone at that 16 seed right there, we're going to spend a little time talking about what the Murray State racers need to hope for in order to maybe move their seed up to a 12. As I said before, I think they've got a favorable matchup right now if they can get the game against Vanderbilt and then maybe move on from that one and move on to the 12-5 game. But in an effort to get a better seed and potentially better matchup, we need a couple things to happen. Firstly, let's look at the 12 seeds. Right now, they're projected to be Notre Dame, Memphis, and Arizona State. Notre Dame is a 7 seed in the Big East tournament, and they're playing number 10 Seton Hall tonight, Thursday, at 7 Eastern. We want Notre Dame to lose, obviously. Memphis is a 2 seed, and they are going to be playing the winner of number 7 seed Houston and number 10 seed ECU, East Carolina, Thursday at 12 Central. Also, Memphis, we want them to lose. Arizona State is the 2 seed in their Pac-10 tournament, and they will be playing Stanford Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Again, obviously we want these teams to lose because if the projected 12 seeds lose, that's going to bode well for Murray State. They might be able to slide into a 12 spot. The other 12 seed is Siena, which we talked about over on the other side of the bracket already. They've won their tournament. They're in. They might be a lock as far as I can tell. Some other things to keep in mind, the MAC. Kent State has an RPI of 43, and if they lose, that's going to bode well for us as well. Murray's RPI is 59, so anything 60 or higher, we want them to win their conference tournament because that's obviously going to help out the Racers. Also, the WAC, Utah State, their RPI is 31, so we want them to lose. So if you're looking for someone to cheer against this weekend as the conference tournaments are kind of finishing up, we want Kent State to lose and we want Utah State to lose. So, and then obviously, as I said before, Notre Dame, Memphis, Arizona State. If any of those get knocked out early, could mean Murray State might be moving up because they were projected to 12 seed at one time, so it's not too far-fetched to think that they can't get back there. All right. That is it for kind of what we think we need to have happen. Viki's going to talk about some good news around Murray State coach Billy Kennedy.
Yeah, he is with his win in the OVC championship game, and he is now one of just 38 coaches that has taken 2 teams to the NCAA tournament. He also did it with Southeastern Louisiana in 2005. So, that's kind of cool, impressive. Not many coaches have done that. So it's cool to say he has done it. And he's also a finalist for the Durham Coach of the Year Award, which is given by collegeinsider.com for the best mid-major coach of the year. He's one of 15 finalists, and he led his team to very impressive 17-1 in conference, 30-4 overall. We got coaches from UNI, Butler, Old Dominion, also in that race. So just some great postseason acclimates for him.
It's definitely good company to be with in both accounts, both the award and the getting 2 teams into the tournament. There's only like you said, 38 coaches ever, I think what it was. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. So
yeah, and coaches like Tom Davis, Jim Calhoun, John Calipari. So, great other coaches. Yeah,
so hats off to you, Coach. Job well done. Something that we wanted to just run by you real quick. We made a documentary, behind-the-scenes type look at what our office staff goes through when trying to run a conference tournament. And so, people were yelling at us because we had the camera in their face, and they were, things were getting hectic, and they didn't want to be on camera. But we tried our best to get something, and we'll try to get it up and running the next couple of weeks, edit it all together, and make it like a reality TV show or something. And
it's going to be a lot of fun.
And we'll get that up, and you guys should watch it because it might provide a lot of insight on what actually goes into running a conference tournament. Because I know a lot of people come to them and they enjoy them, and they're good theater. But not everyone knows what it takes to actually run one. So trying to get that up and running for you. You guys should check that out whenever we do. But that should be something to look forward to.
Yeah, and also if you want to check out all the action and relive some of the pictures and excitement from the tournament, you can check out our blog at ovcinsider.blogspot.com. We were doing some live blogging, we got some pictures, some videos throughout the tournament, so that's also something you're going to want to check out if you want to see some behind-the-scenes stuff. And though they didn't win the OVC Tournament Championship, the Eastern Illinois Panthers did win the regular season championship, which secures them a spot in the WNIT. And speaking of conference championships, the Commissioner's Cup standings have been released, and Eastern Illinois is currently leading the way. They are ahead of EKU and Murray. They are leading the way with 3 other conference championships in football and men's and women's indoor track and field. No other school has more than 2 conference championships, so great job by the Panthers. The Commissioner's Cup is a symbol of overall athletic excellence in conference-sponsored championships.
Well, that's all we've got for you this week. Make sure to check back next week where we'll have an updated picture of what the brackets look like, and hopefully Murray State and Austin Peay will keep on dancing. We'll see you guys next week.